What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another edition of Adventures from Amethil. As you can probably see, there are a few glaring differences here. One, there's no Jake. Jake won't be here today. He is finna be out at Burning Lakes, I think it is, being a nerd of a different level. Secondly, above my head here, you probably see that I actually went through and did I did the goal tracker thing. So I figured out that for us to get our next emote, we have to have 25 sub points. So you get 1 point per person that subs at a tier 1, 2 points per person at tier 2, and 6 points at tier 3. So if anybody wants to drop $30, that's how you do it. I'm not pushing this goal. I'm not too worried about this goal, but I'm keeping track of the goal. So if you want to unlock more emotes, then that's what we need to do. I do have a weekly goal, which is like per session, and this is really just to keep like the interactions up. So the weekly goal is just to use Streamlabs cards, and Bob's already used 2. So like we're already 80% way with the done, and we just started. Community events up there being tracked. Because Bob was already awesome and bought a deck. We already have 1. So we need 4 more, and then it'll trigger a community event. And this could be anything from hosts, raids, follows, subs. If someone wants to give Melissa a lap dance, something like that. Anything will add to the number. Not Bob, though. He doesn't count. And then obviously the golden D20s and that little special boy right there, that bottom one, right just right above my head, just right over here. So we got all that. We have a new animation for the Table of Fate. So if you guys do any Table of Fates tonight, you'll see the new animation.
Bob sighed so hard when he saw the counter.
I mean, if you don't want it there, I can remove it.
Nah, it's staying. It's gotta stay.
I'll put all the times that I feel Bob should laugh and didn't as a counter.
Are you not amused?
That's 1.
Your microphone.
No. Oh God.
What? Already?
Yay.
Nice.
Bob's saying that you're mute.
I mean, your mic is staticky, but
Yeah.
because you broke it. You let Brittany touch it.
Okay. What about now?
Still.
That's really fucking weird that it just did that.
He says fixed. I don't know.
Well, that's fixed, but if I'm staticky, that ain't good to neither.
Nah. I don't think you were staticky when it was us talking before the game started, but you're staticky now.
All right, let me do this real quick then. While I'm fixing my shit, in case you missed it, I said player points now have their own allocated area. That's why John was pantomiming and I was not saying anything. Yeah. So who's doing recap?
I can, but if anyone else wants to.
I'm not gonna have any nice recap in this dungeon other than we did some shit, we got fucked up. I want out. Now their armor guys are there, I'm done. Fucking golems.
Well, you just
Okay,
have to
so
stab
I'll do
him.
it.
Fight me, John.
You stab him, we go home sooner.
Fight me.
Fight them.
So we left off 2 weeks ago with a whole issue where Toldir went and snitched on Batsu because Vakta got pushed into his blade and Batsu was trying to cover it up because if someone stabs Vakta, they usually die. After that whole issue went down, we killed the last bug monster thing and a chime went off and next to the room with the blue light. We went over there, seeing that one of the rooms were lit up, and figured, oh, one rune out of the 4 is lit up, so let's try to walk through it again. So everyone volunteered Batsu to do it. He started walking backwards. Everything was fine. He turned around and got teleported to the snow circle room and took like 50 points of damage as soon as he got tossed in there. He tried going to the room where Ravage was trying to pry open the door, but it was frozen solid, so he had to go south to the dirt room where no one can really breathe. He kept going along that path for a while and tried to make a makeshift barricaded area to get some rest, but he was still feeling the cold effects from the circle room. The rest of the group, after Ravage came back, is like, the door's closed, he's stuck over there. So they needed to try to find another way to get to him. They were looking at this gate, looking around, trying to see if they could find a switch or something. Vakta was looking for traps around the area too. And after a while, Batsu appeared at the other side of the gate. He managed to open the gate for him through a pulley, and VarDrok and Ravage pushed it up the rest of the way and held it as everyone came across. In this room, there were chains, weapons, and all of it rusted, broken down, water damage. I think the roof was caving in right here too.
You're saying right here as if anybody else can see your shit.
I do recap how I do it. The room to the right of the cage had a bunch of rugs going down the hall from what we could see. So we follow them and try to make shelter to get some rest in this room. We go in and there's a bunch of rugs scattered about the whole room. Some, what were they? The
pews?
Yeah, pews stacked up against the walls and stuff. And at the south end of the room, there was an altar with a floating blue crystal. We decided to leave it all as it was. Everyone just tried to get some rest. And once everyone started laying down, Taldir thought it would be a good idea to try to read Batsu's mind, because he was meditating in the corner and he was trying to figure out if he was talking shit, conspiring something, or just what was going on. He ended up failing so bad, he ended up casting the wrong spell, hitting Batsu for 1 damage, and 2 more blasts go off in the room. VarDrok wakes up, thinks he sees Inserion instead of Taldir, so goes charging at him, smashes him once with the hammer, and comes to his senses once, like, an inch away from hitting him again. VarDrok gets pissed off because he wants to sleep, tells Batsu and Taldir to handle this either with words or with blows. And after Batsu hears that, he rushes to him, attacks him with a flurry of attacks, and drops him down to 0 hit points. And Batsu walks back to his corner, is like, all right, it's settled. Ricard goes and stabilizes him so he doesn't die. And VarDrok goes, heals him so he's conscious, and has this talk with Taldir. After everyone manages to actually get some sleep, they're awoken in the middle of the night by Taldir suffocating because the rugs that he barricaded himself in came alive and wrapped themselves around him. Vakta cut him free. We ended up fighting like 8 or 9 rugs. And after everyone was safe, the rugs were killed. We left the room, decided that someone needs to do something about this, told Tadir to stay there, grab the crystal, then come back with us. So all of us are waiting next to the room with the blue light. Big flash from where Taldir is at, then nothing. So Batsu and VarDrok go. Batsu's like, let me try to break it. VarDrok stand off in the hallway, so whatever happens, you're not affected, and you can see me. Batsu throws 2 of his darts at the thing. It shatters and knocks Batsu back against the wall. Taldir, getting turned into a rug by this thing, takes the full front of the blast and dies again. So
It was funny though.
we carry him back. After we break the thing, the gem, there's another chime off next to the room with the blue light. We carry Taldir back. Ricard heals him up, and we all manage to get some sleep. And then, before Batsu gets some sleep, he's on first watch. He hears a voice call him.
Oh no, Sin.
Come back, Sin.
I glanced over to the screen and was like, he's
I
gone.
thought my fucking stream fucking crashed because like you two were completely silent and like looking down, and then he's like, oh fuck. We try to turn.
All right, time to reboot Sin.
Control
All right, let's see if it works. No, didn't work.
No.
Sin is probably somewhere beating his computer up with a bat.
Well.
No!
Oh,
He's
no!
gone.
I am Sin now. Hi, I'm Batsu. I punch things.
It's true.
VarDrok is simultaneously himself and Vakta.
That should be fun.
He won't abuse that power at all. Oh
Not
no,
at all.
now he's just Vakta. No,
Hello.
I can do that too.
I don't trust you with that.
Why? I trust me with that.
I'm sure you do.
Hey, Sin, welcome back, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, Sin.
Right, so to finish off recap, Batsu talked to the Jackal. The Jackal told him some stuff about the Pantheon, Taldir, and that he was gonna need Batsu in a day or 2 or soon to go deal with the war that started. And
Blood war.
yes. And Batsu got some rest, woke up. Everyone woke up to the gate falling down right next to VarDrok and Ravage. And on the other side of the gate are the iron golems in a semicircle all staring at us.
Yay. Everybody give Sin a slow clap for that recap that he died midway through and came back for.
I like how he just jumped right back into it.
Yeah, like nothing happened.
Didn't acknowledge it. I'm like, okay, to finish recap. Like,
Like
all
a
right.
kid that falls, gets back up. So thank you. That brings you up to 8 player points now. I don't think I have anything else. So, without further ado, let's kick off tonight's episode of Adventures from Amethil. Yay! Hey, GamerChecks, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. You're pushing us one step closer towards that community event. Everybody that's coming from GamerCheck's channel, you are just in time. We're about to start up tonight's episode of Adventures from Amethil, which is our weekly D&D series. It's a persistent campaign that's been going on for over a year now. So if you like interactive storytelling, antics, nerd shit, you come to the right place. Hang out, enjoy. The stream is fully interactive. You guys hear the gate smash down. You guys all jump to alertness and look. And then through the iron gate, you see all of those statues in a semicircle, just looking at you guys.
We tell they're looking at us if they don't have eyes.
Because they're like full sets of armor and they're facing in your direction.
Oh.
They are on the other side of the gate?
Correct.
Okay.
Have the map shared? Because I don't have it up.
You know, I'm sitting here looking at it on my screen and didn't even bother to share it on anybody else's.
Thank you. Alright.
How many are there?
In the room right now that you count, there are 7.
Oh my god.
Thought.
Yeah, it is.
What if we don't open the gate and we shoot them through it?
I think we need to be on that side to open it. So, unless they can open it, I think we can shoot them through it pretty safely.
I hope they can.
Well,
VarDrok, do you have a plan?
you said shoot it.
It was a suggestion, not a full-out plan, but if you think it'll work.
Let me go look around to see if anything else has changed or if anything else moved.
Okay, be quick.
So yeah, I'm gonna take off running over here, see if anything's different in the former spiderweb room.
Nope, the spider webs are still cleared. And as you start running down that hallway, you can feel it getting colder.
Oh god.
Oh yeah! We broke the thing.
Basti comes running back. She's like, looks like the only thing that's different is our friends here, but the cold is creeping up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get this done as fast as possible. And I'm guessing these things are challenge number 3 And then whatever creature we keep hearing scurrying about must be the last seal that we need to get
I
into
feel
the
like
door.
these were probably meant to be challenge number 1. We did kind of just sneak by.
Eh. Cliff, those items that VarDrok threw into the room, are they beyond the point that Batsu disappeared when he stepped in last time? Because that's what the intention was. I don't know if that came across.
I don't know what you mean.
When he was like ripping off pieces of the invisible bug, throwing it in, threw a coin in, and all that stuff.
Oh, through the hallway, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are those things still sitting there, and are they beyond the point where Batsu was able to walk, or just before?
Well, you wouldn't be able to tell where Batsu walked to.
Mm-hmm.
But give me a perception check.
Why are you laughing? I don't understand.
No, I'm a very supportive wife. That's why I love
the
you so
joke.
much.
Uh-huh.
Throughout all the chaos and everything, you don't really notice anything in that hallway at all, other than the blue light that's shining in on you guys that has been all night.
He's gonna walk over, pull out another copper, and just chuck it straight down the hall and see if it hits.
As you do, same thing happens. I mean, it's just ching, 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 ching. You mean down into the blue room, right?
Into the blue, yes.
Yeah, you just hear it just kind of ricochet off of the stonework.
Okay, and I'm able to follow it. It doesn't disappear or anything.
From what you could tell, no. I mean, you can, depending on how you toss it, you could throw it into a way that you could still see it when it lands.
Okay.
I'm more of disbelief that you have a copper on you, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So it seems that anything with a pulse that goes in here possibly is what gets sucked away. If I'm figuring out this magic correctly. Wonder, can we put on this armor? He walks back over and looks at these things on the other side of the gate.
They're still standing there, motionless. In a semicircle, just staring at you
Try
guys.
to put them on.
Possibly.
Is that... I feel like that's not a good idea.
I don't
Well,
want to
then
touch those things.
Let's go with your plan and shoot it then.
I'm gonna go up and
Oh.
grab the gate and like shake it a little bit.
I mean, it rattles.
It seems like sturdy still.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't like the way you said that.
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out Blood Tether and shoot one of the...
Yeah, start taking a few steps back.
And shoot through the gate. Why not?
Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
What? Oh, are you kidding me? Here's your extra 20. All right, I'm not pulling a tall deer. I'm good.
You shoot one of the arrows, and like if you tried to do this, you couldn't do this, and it just hits one of the iron bars, just destroys the arrow.
I meant to do that.
Of course you did, honey.
Pretty impressive.
He looks over to Batsu. Isn't she great?
Yeah, I know I
kidding
can
around.
do that.
It was just, confirming that Batsu said the gate was 30.
Yeah, of course.
It's fine.
Makes sense to me.
That's smart.
VarDrok auto fails that deception.
Anything relating to Vakta or perception, he's just like, yeah, I love you. I'm gonna try to shoot again.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, did they react at all to that, or are they just still motionless?
Just still motionless.
Alright, let's try again. Are you kidding me?
The arrow slides through, hits one of them in the chest, and just bounces out, and you just hear the clatter of wood hitting stone.
I'm changing my dye color because it's kind of like...
Like changing the die set?
Yeah. I think that's... There we go. We'll try that one.
And Tall Deer's like, I have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work.
Do it.
What's your idea?
Well, if someone will stop interrupting me for a moment, I'll tell you what my idea is. Thank you. Seeing as there's areas there that we have yet to explore, maybe, VarDrok, if you grab the gate, and as he's talking, you just hear this noise, and you guys that are looking at him, the wall behind him opens up into this blackness, and you guys see this giant tentacle come out and wrap around Tall Deer and pull him back. And as it pulls him through this void, water pours out onto your guys' feet. And as soon as he's pulled into that, it's gone.
Well, that was inconvenient timing.
So we didn't mean to do
What
that.
the fuck was that?
VarDrok's gonna go over, knock on the wall.
Solid.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, boss is like, do you see anything?
How dare come back?
Little more emotion there, honey. I told you, oh no. Something.
I barely know the guy. What do you want?
All right.
All right.
Uh,
Back to shooting these things.
I can try to shoot it again. It didn't really do much. Why not?
Hey,
better.
that's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay, and I have literally nothing that would give me my sneak attack die, so a whole 9.
The arrow flies through, hits one of them in the helmet, and you hear clink, 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 clink as the helmet falls off onto the ground.
Got one.
I don't know if that counts as getting one.
I'm guessing there's no head underneath.
There's no head underneath.
So how wide are these bars like apart?
Not very. Maybe 3-4 inches, if that.
So even if I turn into a gnome, you can't go through this.
You can certainly try.
If it's 3 or 4 inches, I'm not gonna try.
It gets your shoulder stuck. Oh no!
The golem's got me.
I'm just gonna keep shooting until someone else also does something that is ranged or something else happens.
I'm gonna go explore.
Thanks.
That is a hit. And who are you hitting at? Same one? Different one?
A different one.
Same thing happens. Ching! Hits the helmet, clangs off.
VarDrok is gonna put his hands on the bars and then like just kind of shake a little.
As you do, you can hear the gears and the mechanics up above kind of creak a little bit under the pressure.
There's still a
Shooting
do I have to
again.
push through this area.
That hits as well. What'd you say, Sin?
Do I still have to like push through this area, or is it like just open now?
No, it's just open now. All the spider webs and whatnot that were up top have burned. You hit another one of the things, Vakta, and again it just cling, cling, cling. The armor just falls off. Sin, By the time Batsu gets to the end of this room, you see that there is a thick metal door at the end of it with a keyhole but no handle.
Is that a lockpick it?
You certainly can, yeah. Go ahead and do Thieves' Tools. Go ahead and let me know what Batsu does in this situation. That you're fiddling around with this lockpick, and you hear a click from behind you.
So he immediately turns around and pulls out a sword, like facing where he heard the noise.
A sword? You're not gonna punch it?
I punched like once around.
Every
Ba, 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 ba. So as you turn around, you are greeted by the force of a large cylinder of stone on a hoist fall down and hit you right in the face.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I feel like you should have had me check for traps. But I wasn't there.
And
Oh!
oh.
Oh!
so
So-
with your evasion, it drops it down to 28 points of bludgeoning damage to your face hole.
You just hear a loud "fuck" come from up north.
And you did not manage to pick any lock.
Awesome.
Wish Bob had been here for that, but he's making himself food.
I was just like sitting down, just rubbing his face now.
VarDrok starts walking down the hall, Ravage in tow. Batsu.
Yeah.
I'm following.
What happened?
Fucking thing hit me in the face.
Huh.
I didn't even open anything. I just was fiddling with the lock and this shit came down.
So that answers my next question. You didn't
Did
check
you-
for traps.
I was about to say, did you check for traps? Do you want me to check for more?
When I see traps, I see them go off because something was open and not because you locked something. He's just running.
Oh, honey. I'm rolling perception to check for more because I don't trust his.
You do not see any additional traps.
Well, he did find the one trap.
I'm gonna try to lockpick it and see what happens.
Sure, go ahead and give me a thieves tool.
Yep. It's only
You
a
try-
28.
You try fiddling through it, and the door does not budge.
Hmm.
This stone thing, was this like kind of like a pendulum type thing that just kind of swooped down from the ceiling?
Sure was.
And it came from behind Batsu towards the door?
Correct. Yeah, and as you look up at the wall, you see that there's a small little cove where it's cut out and angled, and it just slid right from there. And at this point, it's kind of just swaying back and forth, like there was no reset function to it.
VarDrok's gonna put his hand on it. Seems pretty sturdy, real heavy piece.
Yep. It's enough to do 57 points of bludgeoning damage.
He looks over to Vakta and says, "Pardon me, honey." He starts moving.
Bakto's getting
back.
out of the way. She's getting so far out of the way.
Doesn't
Come on,
look like
let me
she
move her. Over here.
is.
And then as he pushes it up as far as he can, he's gonna let it go, but then at the back of it, he's gonna use his extra force to push it towards the door.
Go ahead and give me a. Go ahead and give me athletics.
Alright. Covered up my character sheet. There we go. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Give me a D20.
Okay.
As you do it, the stone pillar shatters.
But what about the door, though?
The door doesn't look phased.
Ah. Well, there goes my lock-picking skills.
Yeah, there's a nice like scuff from where it hit. You could see some of like the sheen from the metal door has been matted down a bit, but the door's still standing. And as I said, it is a metal door with a keyhole but no handle.
What is the keyhole? Like, is this a giant-sized keyhole? Like, how does it look?
Yeah.
It's definitely
You need,
larger.
like a house key.
In between. It would take like a large key, not like a sword size key, but probably like the size of a small dagger.
There wasn't any rooms that we passed that had any items in it.
There were the broken boxes and books, but on the south there was armor and chains and tables and chairs and stuff.
That have been hidden in a book because knowledge is key.
So,
I got Cliff to smile. It's good enough for me.
so you found some stuff in one of the rooms you were in, Fatsu?
Kinda. It pitch black. I seen the outline of them, but I was alone. I'm not sticking around searching through shit, especially in here.
Everybody, go ahead and give me a Constitution check, please. Batsu, Vakta, Rakar, Ravage, you guys are all feeling mighty cold right now.
Thanks. I hate it.
What does this door appear to be made out of? Just metal?
It appears to be made out of metal. I mean, you can investigate it if you want.
Yeah, investigate. Not my strong suit, but yeah. 8.
So you go over there and give it the old VarDrok investigation and punch the door. It's solid. It seems like it's made out of either steel or mithril or adamantite. It's a very heavy duty grade door.
Just gonna check the floor. Does it seem to be like any drag marks, like the door has been pulled out at all?
No, from the best that you could tell, the door opens inward.
And checking at the like left and right of the door and at the bottom, can you see underneath or, but you know?
Nope, there's no gaps on either side of it, and even when you try peering through the keyhole, you can't see what's inside the room. All you can see is the mechanism inside of the door itself.
And it's very cold in this room, like freezing temperatures, right?
The entire area that you're in, this entire hallway is cold, not necessarily coming from that room.
All right.
It's probably actually warmer in front of that door than it is where Vakta is right now.
All right. Anyone else got any ideas before I try some more VarDrok science?
I could try to pick it again? I've never seen anything like this.
If you like.
I'm gonna go look
Let's-
for a
it's-
key.
Is there a way I can study it for a moment before picking it again just to see if I can pick up any tricks or just...
Sure. Give me an investigation roll.
Sure, that'll go well. I'm sure that it is a keyhole.
Yeah, I mean, looking inside the hole, I mean, it's the mechanism that you would normally see inside the door. It's just beefier, more advanced than, the average street door that you'd be used to picking. But from what you can tell, it doesn't seem like there's anything too crazy out of the way. Bouncy, what you doing?
But when I walk in here, before I touch anything, he's like looking at the walls and the ceiling, just like rubbing his face, like looking for traps.
I mean, go ahead and give me. You can either do a perception check to see if you could find any. There don't appear to be any.
And he's like kicking the boxes around and stuff, looking for any kind of key or shiny object to fall out of one of them.
Mostly all you find in this room here is grains and other foods that can be stored in damper areas. Most of the boxes and barrels are badly water damaged, but you don't find any shinies.
VarDrok say, Ricard, come over here for a moment.
I'm going to try to pick it one more time before he does that.
Sure, go ahead. As you're trying to pick it, you feel something move on the inside as you're trying to lift one of the tumblers, and you feel weight press down on your lockpick, and it clamps it in there, and you just narrowly manage to pull it out before the lock jams.
I don't think we're going to get this open.
Well, let's find out. So, Ricard, I want you to use your icy thing that you do right on the lock and just make it as cold as you possibly can.
We're doing this again, yeah. He puts both of his hands over the lock and he starts shooting chill touch after chill touch on it.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Ooh.
Nice.
What?
Give me another 20. Go ahead and roll damage with it. So you see that, like, as he's doing this, the entire lock begins to freeze over. And you can see even on the inside the cold creeping through the mechanisms and the gears inside there and freezing the components.
He like takes a step back. He's like, "This is as good as it's gonna get."
All right. VarDrok props up his shield and holds his hand just over it, and then he's going to just start blasting it with fire bolts.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Okay.
As you're blasting at this, all it seems to do is melt the ice.
He's going to keep going.
Yeah, you try at it for a while and nothing additional seems to happen. You're noticing that the door is glowing hot around that area where the lock is, but the door doesn't seem to be moving at all.
As soon as he wants to get it as like shifted from cold to red hot, and as soon as it looks like it's getting that red hot, he wants to come over and try and strike it with his hammer.
Okay, give me an attack roll with the hammer.
All right. Yeah, we'll use this one. Boom.
Go ahead and give me damage. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That would not give me damage.
Huh?
No, it doesn't bother. As you do it, you just feel like the as your hands vibrate from this thing shaking as the door just basically just retorts the blow back into your hand.
God.
No sound of like straining metal or anything?
Not at all.
Okay.
But anybody
right.
in that little hallway there, your ears are probably ringing a little bit from that clatter.
All right, well, I tried my key. Let's go ask these guys if they have a key. He starts heading back towards the armored guys.
What's your guys' order of walking in this room?
Batsu was peeking in before VarDrok came in.
What's your guys' order of walking into this room?
Well,
Vakta's like just a step behind and kind of next to VarDrok.
all right, Ravage is behind her.
I guess like that.
So, are you walking in before VarDrok?
Probably not walking in.
So VarDrok's gonna be the first one in?
I don't like these questions.
Unless someone else walks in before him.
Well, if Batsu sees something peeking around, like, does he notice anything before VarDrok comes barging around the corner?
I don't know. Does he notice anything?
Yes, Sin. Does he notice anything?
So,
God.
Batsu, you would notice that the ground from where that water has spilled out has created a nice thin layer of ice over the floor in this room.
As he hears everyone come walking, he like holds out an arm to stop him. He tries to act all ominous. He's like, wait. The floor is ice. Be careful how you step. Go ahead.
I hate this place. It's so cold. I hate it. I want out.
VarDrok's gonna kind of walk around the ice now that he can see it.
I mean, there's really no walking around it. Like, the entire floor that was saturated now has like a thin layer, basically from around where Vakta is in this room, down the hallway, even spilling into the room with the iron statues in it. There's just a thin layer of ice.
Hey. VarDrok is going to see. I can't ping anything. Let me see. He's going to focus on this square right here, Cliff. He's not walking there, but I'm trying to.
Okay, I gotcha.
He's going to do a create bonfire there.
Okay.
In that square, and he's just going to maintain it and then use control flame to start spreading it to try and melt the ice.
Okay. Yeah, after a while of doing that, you notice that the majority of the ice in this area has melted back into water.
Okay. He is going to use control flame to then raise the flame up to the ceiling and just kind of hold it there to kind of keep the area somewhat semi-warm.
Would that be concentration to maintain that?
Let's see. Let me check. Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so you move the flame onto the ceiling, So as you guys are in this room, you see this flame just crawling across the ceiling, lighting up the room a little bit more.
All
Bacta's
right.
gonna thank VarDrok for the warm.
Of course, my love. But we need to find a way past those gates.
Everyone I hit, the helmet came off, and I'm not sure if I'm certain they're not dead because they're still standing. But I don't know what to do with like do I keep shooting them?
Are there any of them close enough to the bars where anybody could reach through and touch one?
Possibly. If you could get your arm through the hole.
I don't think I could get my arm through a 3 to 4 inch gap. And I'm really tiny, so I highly doubt any of us could do it.
Batsu probably could.
Batsu.
You're trying to get my fucking arm cut off.
No. We're going
No,
to-
Ricard can fix you.
Basu,
Sure, he'd love to.
Basu like turns his arms into like gnome arms. He's like, no, I don't want to deal with this.
So just so you guys are getting this mental picture, Batsu is still Batsu, but now he has a little gnome arm.
He's like
That
waving
doesn't weird
around.
you guys out. You're beyond redemption.
VarDrok's got his eyebrow like way up, like what? Okay, look. They activated when we touched it. Well, at least when I touched it when we first came into this forsaken place. So if we try touching one again, maybe they'll activate and attack or try and lower the bars to get to us. Something. I can't reach them. Unless you have a better plan, Batsu.
While you guys are talking, I'm just gonna shoot one.
Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm aiming for one that I already hit,
Okay.
if that matters. Wow, cool. Thanks for that awesome damage.
Yeah, so you hit it like mid body, and the armor just sort of crumbles, almost like it was stacked on top of everything with no actual support. It just to the ground.
Huh.
Basu's gonna start reaching in and try to touch one, like poke it.
So like you would have to go either to the far left or far right would be the ones that would be closest, as they're in like a semicircle.
He like keeps his arm the same length, but like tries to thin it out so he can actually slide in.
Give me an
As
acrobatics.
soon as he sees any kind of like feels anything touch him or movement, either side of the bar he's pulling out. Oh no.
So you reach in with your little gnome arms, and you're like just inches away from being able to reach like the cuirass of one of these things, and you just can't quite make it.
So if I like pull out a dagger and grab it with the other arm and like reach out, can I like scrape the side of it?
Sure, you just trying to scrape it, you trying to like ding it.
Scrape it, like nudge it, scrape it, push it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an attack roll with your dagger.
I don't think that's gonna work, Batsu. It was physical touch was the difference. Otherwise, Vakta's arrows would have activated one.
He's like struggling with his arm. He's like, I'm fucking trying something.
Yeah, I mean, you managed to like... Nothing happens.
VarDrok walks up behind him, is like, "Come on!" Touches it, like starts pushing him into the bar to try and give him the extra inch.
I'm shooting at one I haven't hit yet.
Go ahead and give me a
Guys.
athletics.
Batsu, like, he's squirming now. He's like, stop.
Give me
Touch
a
Consent.
give me a Constitution save, Sin.
Awesome.
Yeah. So Vakta, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. So you shoot one that you didn't hit. You hit it like in the shoulder, and you see it wobble back a bit, but it stands upright. Um, 27, 16, 9. Batsu, take 5 points of crushing damage from being smashed against this cold bar.
Oh,
But he's like, I can't fucking reach it. Stop.
But does he reach it though?
High or low?
Hi.
He does.
VarDrok science.
As soon as Batsu touches, he's like, there, I hit it. No, stop.
Yeah, so
Let's
like
go.
with you pushing him through, like he's like reaching out and he's like, yeah, and he hits it, and the thing similarly to when you shot it in the shoulder, it wobbles for a second and then it just goes back to being motionless.
Are you sure you touched it, Batsu?
He's like, pull his arm out. He's like laying on the ground. He's like, yes.
Like VarDrok's getting like noticeably agitated at this point. You said that they're just kind of standing in a semicircle.
Correct.
I'm gonna shoot another
So-
one because y'all are being slow.
Yeah, it just barely hits. Just before VarDrok can get over there, the arrow pings through and hits one of them in the arm, and you see the arm just fall off. You hear the clanging of metal onto the ground.
I don't know that these are going to attack us. I think we should just go. Remember
Go ahead.
the one spray poison at us? I'm pretty sure that they would have attacked us already.
As VarDrok steps next to you, you feel him getting warmer. And then he looks over to you and says, "You should probably step back then."
I step back. Big step. I love you, bye.
VarDrok puts up his shield and sticks his hand like towards the like right between the bars, and aiming at the middle one, he fires a fireball. And that's one that hits, and they have to make a save to resist. So I'm guessing.
Yeah, what's the radius on it?
Let's see here. Range is 150. 20-foot radius.
Hey, John, give me a deck save.
All right. Hello.
Can I have another 20, please?
I'm going lucky feet that and roll Another D20.
Okay.
I'll take the 5.
Okay. So you're gonna
Do
just
we have any
11
golden
then?
d20s at the table?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Kaboom!
Yeah. So you guys just hear this boof, and this bright flash of orange glow engulfs around VarDrok and bellows into the room. He disappears for a moment. Nah, it's the whole 15, bitch. I don't need you to cut it in half. I did that already. And when it clears, you just see like some fire on like the loose frays of his armor, and inside the room, you just see this scattering of metal pieces, like a medieval children's playroom. There's just nothing but scattered pieces of armor all throughout the room.
Oh.
He's just standing there. He has this sandy thing.
I needed that right now.
Octo's gonna creep forward and peek in just to be like, oh. Good job?
Yeah, you see, like, looking in there, like, the pieces scattered. You see, like, some of the rugs that were, like, out in the hallway burning a bit. There's a nice wafting of smoke, like, in the arch ceilings, just kind of dancing about. Give me a concentration save, John.
All right. Oh, how do we roll manual concentration?
Just Constitution save.
Okay. It would be an advantage because of his feat, Warcaster.
What's the terms of that?
Or Warcaster?
Yeah.
Just anytime he needs to make a concentration check is at an advantage.
Okay. Yeah. So there's smoke dancing in that room. There's still flames crawling across the ceiling in the room that you guys are in.
Do you see a key in there?
Hold on, let me roll perception. Stepping up here.
Dropped a 1.
Yeah. God.
You do not see a key.
No. But we know there's another room off of this, so it could be in there.
Yeah, but we can't get there.
We can. It just sucks. We go the long way around.
That room is blocked off. We can't get back to where we came from.
Oh,
If
shit,
we
right.
go into the light. And we slept here. So some time has passed. I doubt the sandy side is open.
It's probably open, just all encased in ice. This gate lifts from the bottom up or top down. How's it look?
Just like a normal gate would, like you'd see at the mall or something. It's from the ceiling down, so you would lift it up.
Okay, well, he's going to put his shield on his back and try to lift.
Are you doing it alone, or is Ravage helping you?
He's gonna like give Ravage a nod as he like puts his hands on the bars, and Ravage comes over to help.
Go ahead and give me athletics with advantage.
Okay.
I love this unspoken communication they have.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Drop the
Oh,
one.
come on. Why we're so bad today?
As you lift it, you heave it up and you get it about a foot off the ground. And the bars are so cold, even with that blast of fire that hit them, you immediately just drop it.
Okay. He's gonna say, wait. He's going to now guide the control flames from the ceiling, and he's going to have them pass onto the bars for just a little bit. And when it looks like they're about to start getting red hot, he's going to just extinguish it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you can figure out the exact moment that you need to stop that from happening.
I can do that.
Okay. And then what's your next step?
Vakta is pulling out from her bag her very crude disguise kit that she never uses.
Okay.
And she's gonna be like, if it's cold, wrap this around the bars and lift. You have some protection from the cold then, since we don't have gloves.
VarDrok and Ravage are just looking at you with this blank stare, like, why? They look at each other and shrug, and then they go back and try and lift again.
When they go to lift, if they lift it high enough that it looks like Vakta can dive underneath it, she's just gonna dive, like, and try to scurry underneath.
Okay.
She's not telling them this. She's just gonna see if that's a thing they can do.
Ooh.
Did you guys take Vakta's advice and wrap the bars?
No.
Fuck is dead.
I don't think so. I think I can survive this.
Ravage takes 7 points of fire damage, and VarDrok, you take 4. As you burn your hands on this red hot metal.
Red hot. They're just...
But it's
All
not
right.
cold.
It is not cold. That is a fact.
Exactly.
I
So,
hate you so much.
such a win. So are they able to heave it up pretty high then with the 20?
Oh, yeah. So you lift it, and you get it about waist height, and you adjust your stance so you can actually get a good push in. But just that little bit of, like, stall that you have while you're adjusting your stance, and you see Vakta just roll underneath.
He's like,
Super.
he's like, like, so he is now putting his all into maintaining this thing so it doesn't come back down.
Yeah, so you and Ravage lift it up, and you're holding it pretty steady.
Wasn't there a lever?
There is.
I was just gonna try to go to.
I'm gonna pull the lever.
Oh shit. Fox is gonna get trapped. Fox is gonna run, slide over, and start pulling the hoist where he did before.
So you feel a little bit of the weight lift off your arms as Batsu pulls on that. Is Rakar coming over too? Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna go over and he's gonna start doing what Taldir did and shoot the ice into the area.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll with chill touch.
Everyone's getting adapted to VarDrok science.
Yeah, so you guys between Makar creating this kind of thick coating of ice on the opening and Batsu pulling down on the hoist, you guys feel most of the weight come off your hands. So Ravage and you can get in there fairly easily.
All right, so they step on over. All right, time is now on our side. Let's move, find what we can find, and get out of here. Batsu, you've been through here before. Where are we heading?
All I remember is darkness. There's a room right here, a door, I think, to the right, and stairs to the left that lead out.
Vakta, you confirm what he's saying is true.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say I'm looking for traps or anything. Like I know he came through this way, but he didn't go back.
There are no traps that you see.
Okay.
Batsu,
I am-
you have a torch?
Like scanning every room that we walk into, so I'm just like,
It's like,
peeking ahead.
but it's like
Dark
walking
vision's
kinda-
nice. I love it.
not
Don't you love
walking
it,
to anything.
Batsu? I'm gonna pull out my lantern and just be like, here, Batsu. Here you go. Here's a flask of oil. I don't know why I have this. I don't need it.
Does my the scratchiness and the throat and everything come back?
Not right now.
I'm gonna peek at this. What's this?
That is a door. It's a wooden door that is shut.
Do I see any traps around it? Do you want me to roll perception again or no?
You do not see any traps.
I'm gonna try to open the door.
All right, go ahead and roll me a Constitution check, all of you guys.
I'm not good at that. Oh, I'm good at that! Yay!
VarDrok, Rakar, and Ravage, you guys notice that it is way colder in this room than it was in the previous one. There is a strong gust of wind blowing from that staircase on the east side. And you guys are like kind of looking up there at it as you hear the click of the door opening on the other side of the room.
Are you opening it, Fakta?
Yeah. I said I was gonna open it.
That's what I said. You heard the click of the door open.
I'm gonna open it and peek in.
You don't see anything immediately, but you hear a faint hum coming from the room.
There's a hum in the room. I'm gonna like stealthily walk in. I don't like noise. I'll roll stealth. Sure, why not? Ah, look. I've disappeared.
I'm about to say, VarDrok, she just disappears right in front of you.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna sneak in.
Bar's like, I'm going in. Oh, okay.
It's okay.
happened
I'm
again?
okay. I'm right in front of you. Please don't step on me.
Love you.
Prove it by not stepping on me.
Okay.
As you walk in, to your right, you see a wall with 3 large picture frames on it. That looks like the canvas of the pictures was cut off. To the left, you see 2 chests sandwiching a pedestal with one of the crystals floating on it.
I'm gonna stand up and stop trying to be sneaky and just look back and be like, there's another crystal.
There's also a chest, and Batsu's gonna go and
There's 2 chests.
He never learns.
He's gonna drive his dagger into the top of the chest.
Are you? Okay.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
I love that you find this amusing, Cliff.
Thank you.
Wow.
I love that I do too. He really hates
Yeah.
Yeah.
mimics. Give me
Oh
another
my
20.
God.
So wait, Sid, did Batsu ever tell anyone about the mimics that he saw? 'Cause I don't think anyone else saw them.
So I think Grimble was the only one that's seen the actual swarm of mimics.
He's
And,
dead.
and dead man tell no tales.
So yeah, VarDrok's looking at you like, why are you stabbing that chest?
Go ahead and roll damage. Which one did you stab? So you're facing this way, right?
Mhm.
So there's one to your left, one to your right, and the crystal's in the middle.
So what would it be right here? This one.
So the one to your left.
Yeah.
Okay. As you stab this thing, your fist completely goes through it, and you guys all hear the changling as dozens of keys fall to the ground.
I found some keys. Don't touch anything. Everyone back out of the room. I need to blow up again.
Okay. VarDrok steps out.
I'm only stepping back to here.
Yeah, Batu's gonna like step right here, peek around the corner, and shoot his bow at the crystal.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll. Go ahead and roll damage. Was that the damage?
Yeah.
Oh. So
I had
your
the roll.
arrow hits this, and you see the crystal shatter, but it doesn't break. It just spider webs, and that humming noise that you guys heard before has turned into like a high-pitched screech.
Batsu, whatever you did, finish it off.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You're gonna get another one and shoot it.
All right.
on. A hit.
Yeah, so that hit, and as that hits, you guys hear this explosion, and you see Batsu get blasted with this wave of cold, and Vakta, you would see it actually freezes him solid temporarily. As he's hit for 53 points of cold damage.
That. Oh my God.
You guys also hear the chingling as keys have been launched across the room.
Great.
VarDrok looks back over his shoulder and says, Rakar, I think we're going to need you in here.
Fakta's gonna just walk into the room and start looking for. Are the keys all different sizes, or are they all like the big size needed for the door?
Give me a perception check. They appear to be of roughly the same size, but you do notice that their tooth structure is slightly different.
Okay. After trying to pick that lock twice and trying to investigate it once, am I able to have some sort of idea of what kind of key I'm looking for?
You roguing.
Yeah,
Shut
definitely.
up, John. I'm a great rogue. Fox does not.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check to see if you could find that one specific one you're looking for.
Or even a couple similar ones to give me something. Oh God, no.
I mean, it's hard to tell. Based on you fiddling around inside there, you you know that there were 3 tumblers. So you would know that you would need the 3-tooth key. But you do find quite a few of those.
I'm literally just like picking up the 3-tooth ones and handing them to whoever's nearby, and like, we're gonna go try all of these. We gotta go try all of these. Like, just take them. I'm like putting some in my bag. I'm just like, all right, we gotta go.
VarDrok's just following her around with his hands out with this pile of keys.
What a great husband.
Boss is just shivering in the corner.
Oh no, he's holding keys. I'm handing him keys. I'm handing Ricard keys. I'm handing Ravage keys. However many keys have 3 teeth, I'm just like dividing them between people. We're carrying them all. You can dump them like at the door. I just need someone to carry them for me.
Yep. And there's nothing else in this room.
There's another chest that is now got a nice layer of ice on it.
I'm gonna pick it. Or I'm gonna try to open it. If it's locked, I'm gonna pick it.
With a handful of keys?
I'm setting the keys down right in front of it in a neat little pile.
Okay.
So I can just pick them back up later.
VarDrok like dumps the keys he has in his bag and it goes over. Oh, wait. He grabs the ones that she put down and then he's holding those. Then he's gonna go back out of the room.
So you see that the chest has a nice like shell of ice around it. Basically from like if you're looking at it on your right hand side from the chest's left side, basically from the direction of where that crystal was, there was just a sheath of ice on it.
I'm gonna start chipping at it with my dagger. Just like I just like not away at the ice, but like around the edge of like.
Yeah, give me a dex check.
Yeah.
Let's see how finesse.
You know what I mean.
How finesseful you are at chiseling with a dagger.
Boss
Dex?
is like,
Yep.
good job. Make sure.
Oh
it's
my
not-
god! Oh my god! I hate myself. That's my 3rd one today.
Can I have another 20, please? No! Can I have another 20, please?
I'm gonna pull a tall deer.
Oh,
Okay, that's not bad. Holy shit!
Oh, no.
Someone give me a reroll. The golden is 20. Anything. Come on.
don't you have 2 PP?
Should I do? Yeah, I'm spending that. I guess. Fuck.
You're using your PP?
I'm using my BB.
That means that you won't have a PP.
Accurate.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Go ahead and give me another dex check, please.
Oh god, I'm scared.
It's better.
It's better than a 1. It's better
I
than
think-
2 wins.
I think going forward, if you get 2 1s in a row, it negates PP points. No rerolls on 2 1s, because that's way too good. So roguing done right. You managed to chip at it for a minute, and then where like the lock would be at, you managed to knock off a hunk of ice so you can access the lock.
Boss is like, is it dead yet?
Right.
I don't know. Thieves' tools. That's a 20 because I'm proficient in it.
As you pull out your, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to pick the lock so I can open it.
Okay, so you're not searching for traps. Cool. So you pull your lockpick out, and as you're fiddling with the lock, you realize it's not even locked.
I'm gonna open that fucking chest. Done. I think she's not checking for traps because she's just mad at this point. This is bullshit.
As you open it up, you see inside the chest that there is this article of clothing, this garment that it feels like soft sheep wool. And it's like a one-piece jumper.
Did I just get magical footy pajamas?
Somebody did.
That's what I got. That's great.
Hold on, I got a receipt. Hold on.
Are they my size? Do I like hold them up and shake them out and be like, oh shit, that's too big for me, and just like toss them up?
Yeah. I mean, if you were to hold it up, it would definitely seem like it's a little big, and not to mention the material is kind of bulky, which probably wouldn't be the best for Rogan. It's not that good for
I'm gonna
thieving.
hold it up and be like, who wants this thing?
Is it warm?
Pokes his head back in. Wants what?
This, and she like holds it and shakes it, and just like,
What is it?
I don't. Clothes? Do you want new clothes?
I mean, hi Bob. Sure.
She like just tosses it at him. Like, I don't know what to take it.
He's like holding keys and just kind of like falls over his head.
She takes the keys back from him and just starts like walking out and back up. Like she's just single-mindedly going towards that door with all of these keys.
You got the garment on your face. You're like, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of following where her footsteps are going.
Nothing else in this room besides other keys?
The only other thing that would be is on the opposite wall there are 3 picture frames that look like the canvas has been cut out of the pictures.
Deal with that later. I got keys.
He's gonna pull the picture frames down.
Go ahead and give me a constitution. No, I'm joking. They're fixed to the wall. Like they don't just easily come off when you pull them.
Like feeling around them. Does it look like there's something holding them?
Give me an investigation check.
Don't do that a lot.
Through inspecting it, you can see that there are some bolts that have affixed this frame to the wall. There are 6 on each side of each frame, as these frames are probably 5 feet tall by 4 feet wide.
And instead of the canvas being there, is it like wall, or is there some other
you're just
material?
seeing the brick. Or more cobble would be more the stone. It's fucking it's solid there.
All right, if tugging on him's not doing anything, then he's just gonna leave it.
So as you guys walk out and into this room, you notice that all of the statues are standing on the opposite side where you guys were resting at, turned facing you.
Uh-huh.
So he just looks at him like, "What do you guys want?"
You get no response.
Whatever. He just starts walking past.
Yeah, VarDrok.
Don't touch them, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Walking past.
Walking past. I
What
don't-
order are you guys walking in?
Guess we'd be here because VarDrok was following Vakta.
Yeah, and Vakta would have paused and hesitated at these guys until Batsu just walked through, and then she would have just shrugged and followed him.
Yeah.
She has no sense of self-preservation.
So Rakar's last.
Yep.
You guys are healers in the back. Okay, just making sure.
Oh.
Yeah. So you guys make it through the room, no problem, down the hallway.
Yeah, Batsu dumps off the keys and
Yeah.
just waits.
Yeah, VarDrok does the same. And then while Vakta's like trying keys, he's like he taps on this pendant to put away his armor, and then he starts stripping.
Yes. I mean, wait. Oh no, not here.
Give me a Constitution save.
Sure.
I'm gonna go wait and watch the golems while you guys do that, I guess.
It's fucking cold.
Yeah, he's putting on these new pajamas as fast as possible.
Jammies.
Shut up, it's cold.
So, you tapped on your pendant, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically went into your noble clothing,
Yes.
and you stripped out of that and put this on?
Yes.
Okay.
And then as soon as he has it fitted back on, he's gonna put his armor back on.
Yep, so as you do that, including your clothes, gone, armor back on.
Huh?
Whatever you're wearing on that other end changes. So if you put that Under Armour on underneath your royal clothes, when you tap that, your Under Armour is gone, and now your armor is on.
Oh, see, I didn't know that it was like a swap thing. I thought
Yeah,
it
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of came on top.
No. It's one or the other.
Okay, so then he would then instead, since VarDrok would know that's how that works.
You're right. That's why I was
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah. So he takes the armor off, puts that on, then puts his armor back on.
Okay, so to don and doff armor would take some time.
Oh, she's trying keys
Right.
anyway.
So she's checking out the keys. Hey, Melissa, how lucky you feeling?
You see her
Not. Yeah, my rolls are really bad tonight. I'm gonna change the dice color again.
So, VarDrok begins taking off his armor, and you manage to get like your breastplate off, and by the time you get your breastplate off, Vakta's like, "It's open." Second key you tried. Click, click.
Wow. Listen, wait, don't open it yet.
Fox is like pause, key in the door, but I did it.
I've half my armor off. You want to barge in there now? I mean, doesn't seem like a good idea.
She's not letting go of the key, like she's just waiting, like poised, but I did it.
He's gonna hurry up and continue.
So like,
She has very few reasons to be proud of herself these days. Let her have this.
so like 15 minutes later, VarDrok
And
finally,
Vakta just like, come on, it's gold.
he finally gets his armor back on.
He walks behind you, like kisses her on the top of the head, like, "Good job, baby, you did great." Does she do that?
Yeah.
Does she wag her tail?
All right, let's do this.
She's slowly opening the door and peeking in.
As you open the door, Do you want to give me a perception?
Sure. All right.
Has my fucking pen dies. As you open the door, you see that there is this horseshoe-shaped display stand with 7 of those crystals in it. And then in the very center, there is a single pedestal with another one of those crystals and a glass case over it.
Oh. Batsu!
Batsu!
Oh. You got the door?
I got the door!
Awesome.
Second
We done
key.
here?
I'll come take a look at this.
Like, just past everyone, peeks in, peeks out, walks back away.
No, Batsu, come back.
We all know what they do. I demonstrated it twice. I think someone else can handle it this time. Do we have any explosives we could just leave in the room? So someone else have to take the force of this thing?
No, Grimble's dead.
I mean, didn't VarDrok take everything off of him?
So it's kind of laid out in this fashion.
Okay.
But it's actually more cylindrical, but, you know, like, can't do that.
You can't make a circle out of squares?
I can't make a square out of circles.
All right. I don't want to kill it. Also, John made our stuff go wonky when he took his camera off.
Oh,
I'm
you
coming
motherfucker.
I'm coming back. It's fine.
It's not fine, because now I gotta rearrange shit again.
Yeah, you're Batsu now. And Batsu is you.
Go punch it.
Yes.
And I'm still me.
Bacta, step out of the room.
Happily, and she just kind of like squeezes by everyone, just like, excuse me. Oh, gotta get past you.
Yeah,
She's gonna sneak past you right now.
Bacta like turns around and sees everyone cuddled up in the hall. It's just crystals. I don't think we need to all be here, especially if we need to move fast.
Oh, you're gonna do a thing? Okay.
I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna
Maybe.
blow myself up again though.
Going
Probably
over
for
here.
the best.
All of you, okay.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna stand in here for a while and like take a good look at the room and try to memorize it. Roll something for that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me what. So what are you trying to memorize? Like, give me your thoughts here.
Memorize the location of each crystal in the room. Are they different colors?
Go ahead and give me a investigation. Or I'm sorry, perception check. You do notice that they are all varying shades of blues, pinks, and purples.
Okay. After he stays in here for a little bit, he's gonna
So
walk
before
out.
you say that, when you walk in this room, the iron door slams shut behind you.
I still have the key.
Boss is like knocking on the door, like This isn't funny.
Rolling perception to see if I heard the door or him.
I mean, you would have definitely heard the door shut.
I'm going back. Key in hand, be like, Basu!
VarDrok is standing there with his fingers in his ears. He's like, "Did he do it yet?"
Did someone shut the door?
Can I hear him through the door?
Yeah. You can hear him, but he sounds muffled, though.
Vocta's gonna shout back, no, it shut on its own, and she's gonna go to unlock it with the key.
As you put the key in, it goes to the first tooth and stops.
I'm gonna try a different key, and I'm gonna keep trying all these different keys again.
You do that. What's Batsu gonna do?
What's on the other side of this door?
Huh? Vakta?
No,
Oh,
like
I almost just spit.
on the side that Vakta's on, there's a
That
keyhole,
wasn't great.
but no handle. What's on my side?
It is just flat metal.
Awesome.
Amazing.
So let's just study this shit, I guess. If I like hold my hand next to these crystals, are they all just cold?
They do all feel cold, yes.
He is. He like knocks on the door. He's like, I'm gonna try something. If you don't hear anything from me, hopefully you hear the chime go off. And he casts Mage Hand in the cylinder, the glass cylinder in the center.
Okay.
And he's gonna try to like grab the crystal and move it or something.
Okay.
Can he like move it from where it's at?
So you're casting Mage Hand inside of the glass and grabbing the crystal?
Yeah.
And then what?
Trying to like move it up or down or just like push it or something.
I mean,
Against
so
the
like
glass?
there's room inside of this glass cylinder that you could definitely like move it about.
Can he push it against the glass?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah, he's gonna try to do that then.
How hard?
He can't really attack with this spell, but just not too hard, gently pushing it against it.
I mean, you hear it tinging against the glass.
Moving the mage hand out and like moving all the crystals back and like to the left and to the right a little bit. It doesn't do anything.
You're trying to move them all at once?
No, not all at once, one at a time.
Oh no! I mean, so the 7 in the back are all in like a single case. So there's like a felt padding on it, and the crystals are on this padding in this glass enclosure. The one in the pedestal in the middle is actually floating inside of a glass cylinder.
So all the other ones aren't floating?
Nope, they're sitting on like a felt, like a purple felt.
Just move myself right here.
Them all.
So, this casing, can I lift it?
You can try, yeah.
Yeah, what would I need for
Are you
that?
doing the large one, or are you doing the one in the middle?
The large one.
The large one, I mean, pushing around on it, it feels like it's a sturdy, like, display case. You don't think that you'd be able to, like, just easily lift it.
Okay. He's gonna check for traps on the both cases.
Okay. Give me a Thieves' Tool check, please. You don't notice anything on the large case. On the smaller case, you do see that there are what appear to be two small pressure plates on the left and right of the glass cylinder.
All I see is pressure plates. I don't know if it's like an actual trap or just mechanism.
Correct.
Okay. Do I see anything around the room? Like something that could shoot out from the walls or from the ceiling?
No, the room, the way that it's angled, it's almost like a domed ceiling. It almost reminds you of like a bomb shelter or something, like to contain a blast.
Yeah. So taking out my dagger and trying to pry open the round case.
Okay, the one with the pressure plates,
No,
the big one.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you can wiggle your dagger between like where the wood frame is and the glass.
Yeah, he's gonna try to use it as a handle and lift it.
Yeah, you could fit it in there and start to pry it a little bit, but it feels like the case itself probably a little bit too heavy to be lifted up with the blade of a dagger. I think you feel like you might actually pull the blade from the handle by doing that.
He's gonna stop and kind of smash in the glass on top.
Okay, yeah, I mean easily. Vakta, while you're fiddling with these keys, you just hear like.
Batu, everything okay in there?
Yeah, I'm not dead, so going good, I guess.
Okay.
Then just gonna grab one,
Which one?
the one that he's touching right now.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
No, you pick it up. It's cold to the touch.
Picking up another one then,
Same thing, cold to the touch.
and if he like pulls them together,
That looks pretty.
he's just gonna grab them all one by one then.
You're gonna grab all 7 of them that are in the case?
Yeah,
Okay. And then what's your plan?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Once he has all of them, he's going to lay them all out right next to each other. And does he notice anything about them?
Give me an insight check to see if you can remember the order that you picked them up from. And as you lay them down, you see that the colors make a gradient. Where it starts off, the far left bottom one, so this guy, was like a deep purple. Where this one is more like an indigo, this one is like a blue. This one starts to turn into like a fuchsia, into like a little bit more of a true pink. This one goes into like a pale pink, and then this one's white.
And the one in the center?
The one in the center, it looks like it's more like the white color.
Grabbing the white one and like holding it against the cylinder, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It does
Anything
nothing.
happen?
Nope. You just hear the ting as it touches the glass.
And like squeezing it in my hand, does it feel brittle at all?
It does not.
Yelling through the door. So I picked up all the crystals. Nothing's going on. The one in the center is gonna blow up. That's where I'm at right now.
Uh. I'm still trying keys, but the key that opened it isn't working. I'm trying to get in, but I don't know if I can.
Awesome.
I'm still trying keys if I have any left, by the way, Cliff. I've been trying the entire time.
Yeah, you have.
I don't know how
He's
many
gonna,
keys were there.
He's gonna place it back down, like in its area in the gradient, and he's gonna go and try to disable the pressure plates.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dex check, please. And how are you attempting to do this?
How many daggers does he have?
Says the not rogue.
So he has 2 darts. He's gonna kind of jam the dart where each pressure plate is to make it trick it so it's like the glass is still holding it down.
Okay.
Then after that, he's going to lift the glass.
Yeah, so you lift the glass up. How are you like wedging the darts in between like where the plates go down at?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then you lift the glass, and the crystal's still hovering in front of you.
If I grab the white one and press it against the crystal.
You really want something to happen with these crystals touching, don't you?
I mean, there's crystals in a big crystal. I'm trying.
They're all the same size.
Oh. He's going to grab the big one, or the one in the center,
Okay.
and switch it with the other one in the gradient.
The other white one?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
And he's going to put the original one back. He's just pulling the original one out, not replacing it.
Okay.
And it's the same shade as the first one, or the one with the gradient.
You notice that it's actually a little bit more pink to it than the white one, but not nearly as much as the pale pink one.
He's going to try to place it in between, like where it seems like it would go.
Like on the ground?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Then he's... Let's just put all of them right there in the center.
Like you're gonna try to pallet like on the single pedestal?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, they're
you
floating,
could.
right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So they float in, but I mean, like the pedestal. Like, this is a gross exaggeration of the size that you're looking at.
Mm.
I mean, it's a pedestal. Like maybe half foot in diameter, or in radius rather, and like the crystal's floating on it, and then there's like a slip of glass that goes over top.
All right. He's gonna place them all down on the ground in the gradient that they're supposed to be on. Then he's gonna release the 2 darts that he has in with the pressure plate.
As you do that, Vakta, you hear the door click, and then there's a loud thump from the inside mechanism.
Batsu?
Am I able
Batsu.
to respond?
Batsu. You get the feeling that you just triggered a trap. What is Batsu's initial instinct?
So he's like huddled down right here and like trying to reach both of the pressure plates at once. And as soon as he pulls them out, he's just next to this pedestal, like getting down close to it, trying to get ready for what's coming.
Where are the jewels in relation to you?
Right here.
So they're directly next to you?
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of curling down, blocking your face?
Yep.
Out the face.
My boy.
Vakta, you hear an explosion.
Basu! Trying keys faster.
You hear VarDrok pound the door. Punch it, Batsu!
That's not how that works.
The
My boy.
original, the whitest crystal, the palest one of all of them, explodes, Batsu, and hits you for 50 points of cold damage. You start seeing the one that was in the case begin to vibrate.
So as soon as he gets hit by the first one and then sees the other one moving, he's gonna grab it and put it up.
Put it where?
Put it where the first one was. Put it in the center.
Okay. Well, back where it was then.
Yeah.
Okay. What else is he doing?
Getting back down.
Okay. Followed by a second explosion.
Oh, God.
How did you roll the same damage from the first one? Like, that's
Dumb
just
luck.
impressive.
Right?
Batsu doesn't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Batsu is unconscious. A few moments later, you hear another explosion. Followed by another explosion. Followed by another explosion.
Oh, God!
Followed by another explosion. After that explosion, you guys hear a chime from the hallway behind you. Followed by 2 more explosions inside the room.
Well done, Batsu. I think you opened it.
I don't think Botch is alive. Yeah, I can't get this door open.
At this point, Vakta, with you still trying to fuck around with the door, at one moment while you have your hand on the door and you're trying to do this, your hand actually sticks to this metal door because it is so cold and you have to peel your hand off.
Ow. I'm trying the key that unlocked it the first time again.
Same thing. It goes up to the first tooth.
How many keys do I have left to try?
You've probably tried them all at least once.
I can't get the door open, and Batu hasn't responded the last couple times we've called out to him.
So, like, is there, like, noticeable frost caking this door?
I mean, as time goes by, yeah, you start seeing, like, the actual layer, you know, the Freudian layer of frost building up on this door.
Could it be jammed or something from the cold?
I don't know. I'm wondering if it jammed itself once he was locked inside. The original key is not working. I can't even get the key all the way in.
VarDrok's gonna slam his hand around the keyhole and he's gonna start just heating it up, and then like kind of keeping his ear close to see if he hears like any sort of click or movement or anything.
You don't hear anything, and even with your best effort of holding this flame to it, the ice barely is even melting away from the keyhole.
Okay, where's that key? The one that opened it.
She's gonna hold it out to him.
He's gonna stick it in, and then he is just going to try and force the key through.
I knew it.
Go ahead and give me a strength check, please.
All right. 13.
I mean, you're pushing. You're pushing. You know, the square peg in the circle hole. Like, it goes to that first tooth, and no matter how hard you try, it doesn't go in any further.
I'm telling you, that's it. That's how it.
Okay, so there's got to be something in there that maybe slid over to keep the key from going any further. Can you see if there is a way to pry that up or out or whatever so that we can get the key fully through?
Voctor's gonna kneel down and try to figure it out. Do you want investigation?
Investigation, yep.
I'm not good at that.
So, I mean, looking at the door almost makes like a perfect seal against the wall. And there's a slight lip of the wall overlapping over the door, so you can't see any cracks on the left, right, top. The bottom, there's... it's not sealed to the point of that there's a lip over it, but you couldn't even fit cardstock through there.
I'm gonna try to pick it. I don't think it'll work, but that's the last idea I have. That's a 10. That's a 20 total.
Trying to pick it through there, your lockpick gets jammed inside and breaks off inside the mechanism.
Box is just like working out, and then just like, then just like sheepishly puts it back in the pouch and just.
We gotta get him out of there. Let's see.
We couldn't break it down. I can't lockpick it. The key isn't working anymore. I'm gonna. I'm gonna go back this way. Is the gate still up or down?
The gate's still up. And as you walk into that room, you notice that there are none of the statues there.
Going back, calling to VarDrok. The statues are gone in that room that was gated, but the gate's still open. I want to go see if there's any keys with one tooth, as dumb as that sounds, to see if any of those will unlock the door. I don't have any other ideas. This is...
Yeah, go. Ravage, and he just kind of like nods and he follows. In the meantime, VarDrok is going to go back over to his little invisible bug friend that he was tearing apart earlier, and he's going to try and rip off another appendage from what he can feel.
Okay.
More carefully now that he knows it's got acid blood.
Yeah, I mean, you can easily rip it off.
And he's going to come back over to the door, and he's going to put the damaged part towards the keyhole and start like squeezing the blood out of this thing into the keyhole.
Okay, yeah, you see the thick acidy liquid spilling out into the mechanism, and you're hearing sizzling from inside.
He's just gonna keep doing that until Vakta comes back.
Alright, back in this awful room. I'm picking up a bunch. Are there any keys that have one tooth on them?
Yeah, there's a few of them that do.
I'm picking those up and heading back.
Okay.
Hey, get there, Batsu.
Vakta, as you make it back, you see VarDrok holding this invisible appendage as he's just squeezing at nothing, and this like brownish green liquid is spilling out into it, and you can smell the chemical smell of the inside mechanism being destroyed by this acid.
That's atrocious. What are you doing?
I'm using the acid in their blood to try and melt the components, because if there's no teeth and no metal parts or whatever, then no problem. We can just open it. It's like,
Or jam it forever.
Yeah, it's not likely to happen. Keep squeezing. He's listening at the door to see if he hears me clicking. Did you find a key?
I found a couple, but I don't know if they'll work now.
You can try. He steps aside.
She's just gonna push through and like put a key in and see if it melts. I'm just like, huh?
As you push the key in, the inside of it no longer feels hard and rigid like something stopping it, but it feels goopy.
Alright. So...
Is it working?
No. It's not gonna work. And she just like drops the keys she was carrying and puts her hands on her head and just... The inside is mush. We don't have the key to hit the teeth. Like, to hit the tumblers, to open the locky, the bar that, oh god, okay,
So you have to just find the release, right? Or whatever, like you have to click and then it goes pop and then opens, right?
I don't... I don't know if I can do that when the inside's a mush. Hold on, let me think. And I don't know if this would work, but could you like squeeze that blood just a little like off to the side, like see if we can hit the... I can't think of the actual word for it.
The thing.
The thing.
Yeah.
The thingy that locks it.
Yeah, the thing. I got you.
You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what I'm aiming for. You, I guess, guide my hand and I'll squeeze when you say squeeze. He looks completely innocent when he says this. Melissa's gonna die laughing while Batsu's actually dying.
I can't do this.
Should have a fucking Joy of Melissa counter. Jesus Christ.
Right.
I'm okay. Yeah, sure, we can try that.
He just waits for you to say go.
She's gonna like try to direct him how to hold it and be like, squeeze.
He squeezes. He's like, he goes, careful, don't get any on you. It's acid.
You got a little bit on you. Little bit on you. Just a little.
We're not doing that again, Cliff.
Symmetry is always fun. So you squeeze it into it, and you hear more sizzling, and you see smoke bellowing out of the hole. But the door does not seem to budge.
Does it seem like the hole is getting wider from the acid?
So like the keyhole shape, the bottom part of it appears to be melting down, but it's not like a paper burn. It's not burning up. It's melting down.
Yeah. Gotta look around for a rock.
I mean, there's not like loose rocks in this area here, but you could probably pry open some of like the floor cobble.
Yeah, he'll do that. He'll try and stick it in the keyhole. Just enough for it to stay. And while it's melting from the acid, he's going to try and hammer it.
You're gonna melt your hammer.
Oh no, the rock's in there. He's just going to hit the rock with the hammer. Try and push the lock through.
Give me an attack roll.
Okay.
You smash into the rock and it doesn't appear to do anything. So the hole's not getting any bigger. Well, he pulls what's left of the rock out. And says, well, we gotta keep trying keys. We gotta see if we can get this open. And as you say that, you get this strange feeling, and immediately you cough up 7 pieces of gold.
He looks down at the gold. He's like, guess it's my time too, Batsu. I'll be there soon.
I've done that several times and have not died. Come on.
It's okay. Knew this day would come someday.
Not today, VarDrok. Come on.
Okay, my love. You have to be strong.
VarDrok, I will kill you myself when that time comes. But that time is not now.
You're right. I have to stay alive long enough to save Batsu.
Foxy just rolls her eyes and just completely ignores it.
He's gonna start picking up keys and just start jamming it in there. He's like just wiggling it around and trying to like force anything to happen.
It feels like it almost feels like you're trying to pull the key through like a tub of glue at this point. It's solid on the far side of it, but like where you're trying to put the key in, there's just nothing left.
And is there any particular resistance, like if he just kind of like wiggles it around, like towards the top, left, right, or bottom?
So the bottom of the hole is definitely where most of the acid hit, so it's a little bit softer. And if you try pushing it in too far, you still hit something solid.
Which direction were the teeth of the keys going when you put them into the hole?
Facing down.
Okay. Okay. Can you see in there enough to see what is blocking it now that the acid has worn through a bit?
Give me a perception check.
Ask Vokta to peek in there.
Of course. I'll peek in. Oh, And I was dragging the dice across. It decided to move the map, and I lost the dice. I have to go back. Yep.
Looking inside, you can see where what's left of the tumbler mechanism, and there were 2 gears. And to the right of the gear, you see that there's a metal arm that goes up beyond your reach of what you can actually see.
There's a metal arm further in here. I don't think I could reach it, but I don't know if we could squirt the acid back that far.
Okay. Is there something you could, with your tools, something that can grab it? Is that what we have to hit? Is that thing?
I broke one of my lockpicks. I don't...
We're not trying to pick it. You're just trying to grab whatever.
I know, but that's... my tools are meant for a normal lock. You know, that's like this big. Not one this big.
Oh, Cliff, how big is this hole by now?
I mean, it hasn't like it's not exponentially bigger. I mean, it's probably the size of like a grapefruit or so, kind of an oblong, odd-shaped grapefruit that got dropped or something.
So Ricard comes up behind you guys, and he's like, "What's going on? Why haven't you opened the door yet?"
The key's not looking. VarDrok melted the mechanism. There's a bar I can't lift or move. What's this inside? I can't.
He walks over and he's like, "Have you heard anything from the inside?"
Batsu has not responded to us calling out for him. And when he was kind of muffled before, but there's nothing. There was a chime back the other way. So...
Yes, I heard the chime, and I'm assuming one of the rooms is activated now. And he places his hand over the melted keyhole. He casts mending on it. Does that do anything to the lock?
I don't think so, but let me double check.
Look, I'm gonna quickly run off. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you certainly can. Yeah, so as you touch the door, you see the metal slowly form back into the keyhole.
And he turns back and looks at you guys. He's like, where's the key for it?
VarDrok hands him the key that the original key. Says, The trap might keep it from going all the way in, but try that first.
He tries the key.
It goes into the first tooth.
Here, try these. And he like starts handing him the one tooth keys that Vakta brought back.
Yeah, he starts trying all of those.
They too go into the one tooth.
Any of them actually turn it?
Mm-mm. No, like you just like with that other key, you could feel the first tumbler move, but it doesn't go in any further than that.
Okay, Melissa, so the keyhole is fixed.
Okay.
But the trap that's keeping the key from going in is still there. Now, can you get the thing that you needed to get to?
Yeah. So, if I look in there again, can I still see that bar, or is that no longer in view?
With it just being the keyhole now, it's hard to see anything inside there.
Okay. So, just for the sake of anything, trying the original key again. Still only goes.
It goes to that first tooth still.
Okay. Trying the keys with one tooth just in case.
We already did that.
You already did that.
They
Oh
too
my
go
god,
in-
guys.
They too go into the one tooth. You could feel like a couple of them and the original key. You could feel it trigger the first tumbler, but when you try to push it in further, something's stopping it.
Okay.
You were able to see how it works now.
Yeah. So, knowing how it works, I'm assuming Thieves' Tools includes more than one lockpick because who carries around one? Like, we've all played video games, you stock up on those.
Bro, you're about to be level 14. I assume you have at least a few backups.
It's like a Bethesda game. You have 1 million.
I've
Right.
got all these bobby pins.
Yeah.
Right, your weight is just in nothing but lockpicks.
Let me convert.
I would not doubt that. Each one weighs 1/10 of a pound. I don't understand. I'm looking at you, Bethesda. I'm kind of knowing where what to mess with. I'm gonna try Thieves' Tools again. Just kind of hoping.
Ooh.
Give me another
Is
20.
it working on it? 10.
You managed to get the thieves tool in, and you feel another click. But the door doesn't open. You feel like you've picked this lock.
I'm gonna push on the door, see if that does anything.
Give me a strength check or athletics.
Hmm.
Sin, why do you do this to me?
VarDrok, I feel like the lockpick is open. I can't. It might be blocked from the other side.
So you're saying push it?
Push it.
Push it real good.
VarDrok puts his shoulder into it.
Do you need Ravager's help?
You
It's
you
too
hit it
tight
and
of a hallway.
you hit it and you feel it like budge a little bit as if it's not the lock that's holding this shut at this point.
Would I have to keep rolling to keep trying to push and just keep inching it little by little?
No, I mean that is your role for you doing this.
Okay. So continuously pushing it just goes to a certain point and just stops and doesn't.
Right, it feels like it's something from the other side is stopping it from opening. And at this point, it's been probably a good 30, 40 minutes of you guys doing this.
Let's see. Ricard, there's something in the way of this door. Like it's unlocked, but something's holding it. Do you have any spells that might be able to push whatever's out of the way on the other side?
No, nothing to push something.
If only Taldir, our gas boy, was here.
Right?
We're not doing that. We're not doing Gas Boy. It's not gonna be a thing, guys.
I might be able to ask for assistance.
From who?
Whoever answers me. But
Whoa. What?
it's not like assistance here. They would just bestow upon us knowledge about this situation.
Just knowledge, no catch.
Well, we need a sacrifice. Not
What?
not that type of sacrifice. Something that Tiamat would value.
Okay, are you trying to reach out to Tiamat, or are you sacrificing something that would be valuable to her for something else's benefit?
Trying to reach out to Tiamat.
She hasn't been answering any of our priests. Has she been talking to you, and this is the first I'm hearing about it?
I guess.
You-
It's either her or sorry we don't, drink together at the tavern a lot, but I do this kind of thing daily. I'll figure something out. And Ricard walks off to this room and let's see, he puts down 100 gold pieces. And he places down his fine scroll that he still has no idea what the hell it is.
All right, and what you trying to do?
He is casting divination. Level was that 4? Fuck.
So you are allowed to ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The GM offers a truthful reply. The reply may be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the occurrence, such as casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion.
Yeah.
So ask your question.
He asks us, how many of us are here actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Will the 4 of us be able to retrieve Batsu?
And as you ask that, you see the scroll burst in flames. as does the gold, and it melts into this pile of liquid metal. And as you look at your reflection, um, uh, in the puddle, your own reflection looking back at you says, "Not the four of you."
He just lets out a sigh and calls VarDrok and Vakta to the room with him.
VarDrok comes in.
So we are just wasting time here. That's sealed off to us. There may be someone else who can get it open, but us four trying is not gonna get us anywhere.
And this is what Tiamat told you?
Either her or one of her servants.
We need to talk later about the recent crises and what's been going on in the among the heavens and your continued connection with Tiamat, as no one else seems to have one. Would have been very useful to know before now.
And he like stands up and dusts off his robe. He's like, yes, and human interaction is useful too. Helps the mind not stir.
Yeah. Track. Let's see here. So he looks over to Vakta. It's like, so we have Batsu laying in there, possibly dead or dying, and a voice that could be Tiamat or Tiamat adjacent is telling Rakar that this is hopeless.
For us, yes.
What do you think?
I think 3 of the 4 chimes are done. There is one more. 4? I think we are able to enter this blue room now that the 4 chimes have gone off. Let's not make Batsu's possible sacrifice go in vain.
We've already lost one today. That was more than I had planned on losing. He heads back over to the door one more time. So Cliff, I was looking at spiritual weaponing, and it looks like it doesn't have to be cast anywhere that you can see. It just has to be within 60 feet.
It
doesn't say
continue
you
with
have
where
to-
you're going with this while I look that up.
he wants to try and cast spiritual weapon in the room and starts swiping back and forth against the door to see if it can knock away whatever's blocking the door.
So you wouldn't be able to. Because it specifically says make an attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. But, I mean, if you want to try that, you're more than welcome to try to...
Yeah, he's gonna try it.
Okay. So,
There goes Batsu.
explain to me the process of, like, what you're thinking, how you plan, like, in your mind, how is this working?
Usually he just kind of cast it just from the weapon he's wielding, and it just kind of flies out from the weapon. Here he's just gonna like he's down on one knee, and he's just like kind of focusing on making it appear like, let's say, 10 feet in front of him.
Okay. So, I mean, you do that, and you hear muffled thumps coming from the other side.
Okay. And does it sound like it's hitting metal like the other side of the door? Is like a vibration from the door?
You do not feel any vibration from the door.
Okay. And as he just starts making swiping motions in front of the door, does it sound like it hits anything?
You can hear it hitting like a thud, like it's hitting something solid. But when you do, you're not feeling the door wiggle or anything.
Okay, he's gonna start pushing on the door while he's still focusing on that happening.
You do both, and the same thing. You're not feeling any budge in the door from the other side. You're still hearing the thud, but you're not feeling anything from it.
Hold on. One more trick, and then if this doesn't work, he's going to give up. Let's see. Da, da, da. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, never mind. He's just going to just kind of look down and just, we'll be back for you, Batsu. And then he stands up and like shakes his head and then turns around and just starts walking down the hall.
All right, what's your guys' plan here?
Gonna go check and see if all the runes are lit on that door.
Yeah, so I mean, as you guys make your way to that open room, you notice that the blue light is no longer shining in.
All right. I'll go first, so that way if the coast isn't clear, then we don't lose anyone else under my watch.
I'm walking in
As you
with
say
you.
that, you spit out.
See? I told you.
The amount of times that's happened to me and I'm still not dead.
It's okay. It's like-
VarDrok, it's happened to me.
A single gold.
He's like straightening out his armor. He's like, how do I look?
Like a handsome idiot.
Then he turns and starts walking in.
Vaktu's following in right after him. Like, she's not waiting at all. And he walks in, she's like, alright!
Supposed to wait.
No.
As you guys walk in, you start smelling a very strong smell, a foul odor, almost like wet dog.
Once they're in the room, he's gonna look around and see what he sees in this first room.
I'm looking at Ravage to see if his first wet would try. Like, did you roll around in anything?
Like,
Open your mouth. What's in your mouth?
yeah. Runs out of the room.
Drop it. No, bad Ravage.
So in this room, it is eerily empty. There's nothing in it at all. No boxes, no crates, no nothing. And nothing that you feel could have been emitting a blue light.
All right. He's going to peek around this corner then.
As you look into that corner, it's a hallway that ramps up, and it sort of retches to the right slightly.
All right. With Ravage bringing up the rear, I guess if everyone's following, he's going to keep walking then and stop and look in the next room.
Okay. As you're walking up, just before you get to where you're actually at right there, you trip. You felt like you stumbled over something, but you don't see anything.
He holds up a hand for everyone to stop, and he goes back and puts his foot where he stepped and see if anything's solid there.
Yep, you feel like a underneath your foot.
He's gonna kneel down and put his hand on it. Does it feel like that creature he was ripping apart earlier?
It does.
But it doesn't feel like it's moving?
It does not.
How heavy are these things?
They weigh probably about 25 pounds or so.
Oh, cool. He's gonna try and pick it up. And he's just going to start walking into the next room with it in front of him.
Like a shield?
Yeah, basically.
As you walk into this room, that scent gets stronger. From where you're standing at, the room looks completely empty. And you see that there is a large, mouth of a stairwell on the opposite side, and you see blue light shining down from that stairwell that heads up.
Again with the blue light. Okay, he's gonna walk down to the bottom of the steps.
So as you get to about here, you feel whatever you're holding into something.
Like it smashes into something.
Yep.
But don't see anything, right?
Right, and the thing that it hit, it kind of pushes a little bit, so you feel it's about waist high or so.
And then he nudges again and see if whatever's on the other side moves or anything.
You feel a little give, but not a lot.
He's gonna take a hand off and put his hand there to see if it also feels like one of these creatures.
It feels like a pile of them.
Interesting. He's gonna kind of walk along and keeping a hand out to kind of feel and see if there is a path beyond them.
Yeah, and as you walk around, you start feeling more and more of these things scattered, like you're in some sort of discarded food chamber for something.
Cliff, I don't like you.
Maybe we should clear the next area before we actually get to it, because this looks like, I know we didn't do this, and if these are just corpses, something had to do it to them.
Any sign of acidic blood coming out of any of these things?
Not from the little bit of touching you've done.
The like damage to the floor or anything?
The floor looks like there's like scrape marks in the stone. You can see some areas where it's been eroded away, whether it be from the acid blood or maybe from water. Yeah.
All right. Ricard, what do you mean by clear the next area?
I'm not sure if you've seen, but when you separated from me and Batsu, I can fill up an area with this cloud that damages anything in it, anything organic.
Yes, I saw that
And
earlier.
it'll move forward. Anything in front of us will hopefully be weakened.
Don't breathe it in this time. Yeah.
Yes, I was being chased by many, and I did not want those to kill me.
All right. Well, follow close behind. I'm gonna try and get to the bottom of the stairs over there, and then you do your thing. And holding out his little buggy shield, he's gonna try and make his way through to get to the bottom.
Yeah, so you see that like there's this kind of makeshift path that kind of curves around. It takes you in towards the top left corner, and it kind of peels about, and you're feeling corpses, and it's not a perfect path by any mean where you're stepping over remains, and every now and again you guys feel a crunch under your foot as you take a step, and the further you make it through, the stronger that smell gets.
I hate bugs. Like, this Melissa really hates bugs. I don't like. Ugh.
Good news is they're already dead. Just have to worry about a giant spider now. See? It's better.
That's not how that works.
So, unless something stops him, once he gets to the bottom of the stairs, he's gonna.
So, what order are you guys marching in?
VarDrok or Rakar's right behind VarDrok.
Ravage bringing up the rear.
Guess Vakta's after a car.
Can Ravage give me a dex save, please?
Okay. See what then. No, guess not.
So as you guys are walking through this, this path that you can't see what's what, you hear that sound coming
Nope.
from behind you. And as you guys stop to turn around, you see that there is this creature that almost looks almost half centipede with a humanoid torso. But it has like a centipede's head. And by the time you turn around, this thing has begun to wrap around Ravage. And everybody, go ahead and roll initiative.
God,
Do I roll initiative for Batsu?
You can if you want to.
Roll high. Roll high. Yeah!
That's funny.
Hold on, Cliff. Would a additional 2 on his save would have mattered?
No.
Okay. Just checking. So it didn't automatically roll it for him. Okay, and then I need initiative, right? Boom. And boom. What? Vakta's first?
Yeah!
The hell's
I rolled a
happening?
20 on initiative. Like, I mean, that's the worst time for me to get a nat 20, but
I'm the first to fight bugs.
ah.
I didn't get an additional 20 from you though.
All right. I got excited. I'm sorry, I got excited.
So Vakta, you hear, and by the time you turn around, you see this thing grabbing Ravage, and its mouth is coming over his head. And you're within touching distance of this thing. And like I said, it's got like a large centipede body with like a humanoid head.
Yeah, as she's spinning around to see what it is, she's drawing her scimitar because it's like right fucking behind her. And she's just going to immediately take a swing at it.
Okay.
And because it hasn't taken a turn yet, I can advantage. Also, it's on Ravage, so.
Yeah, it's definitely within 5 feet.
Yeah!
Every
Every time I try to do something, my mouse wigs out and I end up like grabbing the map or something else. Alright, let's try this again.
Isn't that an auto crit or something?
Ooh.
I think it's an auto crit if they're surprised. And it's definitely not surprised.
Surprised.
But was that why didn't you target it? I
So I got
mean,
used to not targeting things because we haven't actually targeted anything in a while.
that's a hit though. Go ahead and target it and then roll damage.
That one. And it's that one.
Nice. As you smash into this thing with the scimitar, you cut it open and it begins to bleed this like almost black sludge. But as it does, you feel this burst of cold come off of its body. And you take 12 points of cold damage.
All right.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm standing there so I can keep slashing away at it. It's got my furry boy.
Yep.
He sleeps at the foot of the bed like a good boy.
So VarDrok, you hear, turn around, see Vakta slashing at this giant centipede creature. As you're kind of pushed further away because there's a curve to get back to where you were due to all of these bodies that are piled up everywhere.
Can he get through to where this thing is?
I mean, sure. What do you plan on doing? Do you plan on walking around, trying to climb over? What are you doing?
Yeah, he's trying to get past them to melee range as best he can. So the token is like right there, but I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely not taking up that much space. It's that big, but it's kind of coiled in Ravage right now. But yeah, I mean, you could push through. Yeah.
Okay. Let's make sure you targeted.
Oh wait, hey, Melissa, roll me a d4. Cause I forgot to give this to you, so I might as well use it now. And you did an extra 2 damage to the thing.
Woo.
So 32.
Yay. That 2 damage adds up eventually.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this guy. Oh, nice. That's a bonus action. So, yeah, he's going to start off by hitting him with a compel duel.
Of which he did not make a save.
All right. It's his bonus, and then he's going to come around with Oh, but that was a spell. Damn it. That's okay. Damn your caster rules, 5th edition. All right, so yeah, we're going to just go for some normal swings then. Oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah, as you go to swing at it, you stumble over some of these corpses and lose footing just as you go to actually put your weight behind it, and you just fall just short of hitting this thing. Just clink into the stone.
All right, he spins around for his second attack. 24.
That hits.
Okay, I'll do that. And Divine Smite.
Yeah, so you pick it back up, get your footing, and take another huge swing with this. And as you do, you feel this burst of cold that rips through for 15 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And this creature, you see it squeeze and tighten up a little bit, and it looks over like directly at Vakta. And it kind of tilts its head sideways a little bit, and it's just... And as it does, it just puts its mouth over Ravage's head. And Ravage just barely is able to put his hands over his head. And it squeezes a little bit tighter. And it just snaps forward at Vakta.
He is compelled.
What does that mean?
That it's a taunt, essentially.
But what's the full rules of it? Do I have to, or do you have to do like some sort of a check to...
I'll tell you. Let's see here. All right. You attempt to compel the creature into a duel. One creature that you can see within range, just make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. Mm-hmm. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a wisdom save throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from you.
Okay. Is there like a thing you're supposed to cast on him?
It just gave me the dice roll, and it said that it rolled for him to see if he...
Right. There's not another button for the effect?
No.
It doesn't even make sense. But let's go ahead and do this then. It still hits. And so this thing tries to swallow this furry friend that it has, like a rat in a boa, and he fights it off. And Vakta, with you standing there, you see its body sort of twist away from you a bit, and it strikes forward with its head, and it bites you. Do you plan on doing anything about that?
Yes.
That's a good move.
God.
And as it bites you, you feel this venom inject into your skin. And it feels like it is freezing you from the inside out.
Hold on. I might want to do a reaction here.
Okay.
You might? Maybe?
Only on their movement. Okay, I wanted to check that. So I can just do a hit. I thought I can do another ting, but I can't. So we're just going to swing at this motherfucker. 24.
That's a hit.
Okay. Yeah, we'll burn another one of these. Do one of those. And then we're going to go motherfucker.
And again, as you do, you feel this burst of cold shoot back at you.
Okay.
All right. And Ravage needs to make a athletics or acrobatics check.
He'll use athletics. 24.
And that should be good enough. Let me double check. Yep. So he is able to break free of the grapple.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, so he's free of the grapple. He is still sharing an occupied space with this thing, though.
It's currently his turn.
It is.
Is he able to move to a more advantageous position?
He probably should, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of step in. I can't move his token.
Let's get everybody out of here a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, about there should be good actually. So yeah, he's gonna do that thing he do where he get all mad and stuff.
Oh no.
So he raging. And let's go for some swings.
That misses.
Fuck, I meant to reckless attack and I didn't. Oh well, I'll do it next. Oh wow.
Can I have another 20, please?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, because of the fact that, like, he was grappled by this thing, he squeezed out, and he tries to get his footing, but he's, like, tripping over these corpses of these things that you can't even see, and he doesn't get to land a solid blow from it.
All right. Actually, we have half to attack. I almost forgot.
You should probably target, but that hit. Look at you rolling damage before I even tell you if it hit.
I know it hit.
And you didn't target him again. All right, so that did hit. And as soon as he does that, he feels this kickback of cold energy, retorting the same amount.
Okay. Did it half that damage automatically?
Nope.
Let's see. Or do I have to? Oh, I have to click that separately. Okay. I didn't know that's how it was set up.
So it should have been halved.
Yeah.
All right, Ricard.
Okay, first, I feel like I should have that aura protection. I'm not really, don't remember what it does, but.
Yep, I'll get it on you. So we don't want to give that guy.
You can if you want to.
No, I want to give him that.
If you feel like you want to protect him a little bit, you feel like this paternal instinct.
Nah.
All right. The car. This thing is like right next to him, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
He, as he turns around and sees all this, he places a hand on it, and he is going to try to curse him.
So he fails to save.
All right. And he curses him. Where is it at? There's so many of these.
He's like, shit. That's a huge
God.
bug.
Here it is. He places that on him. And he starts backing away slowly. And he's like, that should buy us a little bit of time.
What type of spell is curse?
Concentration, touch spell.
Okay. As you did that, you feel the damage automatically shoot back at your hand. But yeah, you back away from him, tripping over some bugs. Step on something, your foot kind of skids out from underneath you.
Where is... Here it is. Oh no, I can't do 2 spells. He places his hand on Vakta's back, and his dragon mark lights up.
So, you got a long ass arm, bro.
It's 5 feet.
Fucking variant rules. You're like, it's 5 feet.
Go, Gadget Arms!
Yeah.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
And that's his turn.
Okay. I mean, it says success, but you already failed all 3. Actually,
Still fighting a good fight.
let me just go ahead and we'll just go ahead and quell this right now that we have no successes and 3 failures. Don't worry about it. I got you. Vakta,
Oh, good.
He
For a
might
little bit.
Yay!
it'd be your turn.
Oh, now I'm pissed because this thing bit me and it hurts. And I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab it again.
Yeah. That's a hit.
And I have to go scroll all the way back down to get to sneak attack, scroll all the way back up to get to damage.
It's the struggle, I know.
I know. The cold hurts.
Cold hurts. Anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna prepare to dodge when it tries to bite me again.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's gonna.
What was that healing I did?
VarDrok.
So this is a creature.
See.
This is a creature.
This is a creature.
It is a creature.
It is indeed.
Fun fact, all things in D&D are creatures.
Are creatures. All right.
The door wasn't a creature.
No, the door's a door. Stupid.
Duh.
You said all things. A door is a thing.
Your
Cliff.
mother. Your mother.
She's
It's
also a
upstairs.
Guess
She's
what?
also a creature.
She's a thing.
Yes?
Fucking shots fired. In your face.
I don't know why I have 2 effects on this. Okay, he's gonna quicken a spell, and he is going to attempt to cast blindness on this thing.
It does not pass your it fails to save.
All right.
That's the word I was looking for.
Okay, I got 2 effect buttons here, so hopefully they just do the same thing.
They probably don't, but if you highlight them, they'll tell you what it does.
Yeah, they both have like the same text, so
Oh, okay.
all right.
Left
so,
eye and right eye.
right.
It's granular.
And then he's gonna take some swings. Let's see here.
That is a miss.
Boo.
That one would have been a miss too, though.
But what if it wasn't?
That's a good philosophical pondering there.
What if?
I'm thinking. Nah, I got a Vakta. I don't think he's going that work. All right, so he'll miss, and then he'll go for a second swing. What the hell? Yeah, he ain't doing so good with that. The fucking thing is blinding. You're missing. What is going on?
I mean, you got a lot of invisible corpses that you're fighting to get to this thing from.
Yeah. Let me tick off that. But yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he is.
That was a level 2 spell.
So Bestow Kerr says that he has to do a wisdom save.
Yep.
It says D10. Oh, duration 10 run. Okay. What's your spell save that he has to save against?
16. No.
He meant
He's not cursed anymore. End of round save for that. Okay. Brah, 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 brah. $17. Okay. This thing is just like striking randomly, and Vakta, you feel the gust of cold air as this thing, like its pincers, snap right in front of you, just barely missing you. Ravage.
That's not gonna give me nightmares.
Right, so Ravage, he's gonna be a good boy and kill this thing for Daddy, right?
Probably not.
Probably
But maybe.
not.
Not with that kind of a roll.
Oh, puppy, no.
That hits.
Ah, okay. And then half attack.
There we go.
That one kind of hits.
Yeah. And there's your additional 20. VarDrok rolled it, but you know.
It happens.
You know what? He is going to action surge.
Okay.
Seeing as this thing looks, he's not sure what happened, but it looks wounded. So
Does it?
Well, it's flailing around because it's blind now. So I'm imagining that it would be acting like it doesn't know what the fuck's going on and it's just swinging wildly instead of directly. Ooh,
No. Is that what you think?
maybe. Here's another 20. Another 14. Interesting. And finally. All right. That's his turn.
And how many hits did you do that time? 4?
Yes.
And plus 4 damage, because Table of Fate.
Actually 5 because the half attack.
All right.
Damn, 5 more damage.
That's right. It's more than Rakar's done.
Healer?
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
The healer?
Hey, he walked up and cussed at him, so his feelings
So-
might hurt.
If you guys need a little bit more nightmare fuel, this is what the thing actually looks like.
Oh, good.
I'm so glad I can't see it. Oh no. It appeared.
That's not. No.
Melissa, you got this?
I'm pretending it doesn't exist because I don't want to see it.
I just want to make sure that it's shared properly. I want to make sure there's no errors.
Yeah, no, I hate it. It will be in my nightmares tonight.
Aw, thank you. Rakar, your turn.
Keep zooming in on that face, trying to just.
It winks at you.
Thanks, I hate it.
Still backpedaling, saying this prayer and trying to heal Vakta. And can he make it here without stumbling in anything?
I mean, in a roundabout way, yeah. I mean, there's stuff there, but you're stumbling backwards over it and moving along the wall of corpses.
He was able to, while he's blinded.
And disadvantage, and you're moving.
Okay.
So this thing, as you move backwards and are saying your prayers, it strikes forward at you. Grapples you, bites you, and pulls you closer. You are now in its jaw. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Bonus action, so let's do that, I guess. VarDrok, Vakta, Rakar, and Ravage.
Mm-hmm.
As he's getting in, his like prayer intensifies.
He's praying
And,
louder.
His dragon marks are glowing
I'm gonna
brighter.
use a reaction to hit him, Cliff.
Oh my god, 1.
Your hit.
Okay.
So as you hit it, you see it kind of like squint a minute, and it kind of bucks up with Rakar in its mouth, and it tumbles forward. Rakar, you are in the mouth of this thing. As it's falling forward, you're falling towards the ground. What are you doing?
I'm in the mouth of it.
Yep, your head is in its mouth.
Yeah, he's like grabbing at the jaw and trying to make sure it doesn't bite down on him. And yelling at everyone to get him out.
All right, go ahead and give me an athletics check. What's the DC to get out of it? Grapple 17. Boop, 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 boop. So, as you strike this thing down, VarDrok, it falls with Rakar in its mouth and, like, kind of hammers him into the cement.
Shit.
For 19 crushing damage. And this corpse of this thing is on top of him. And Rakar, you just feel the cold rushing into your body.
VarDrok's gonna try and help lift this thing off of him.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Are we out of combat?
You are.
All right. I would imagine Ravage would come over and try and help.
Go ahead and do it with advantage, huh?
Okay.
Inside of this thing, you hear, "This is not how I want to die. Not like this. Not food for a bug."
And they manage to like flip it over, and as they flip it over, like you see it like hit and kind of hit nothing and kind of bounce for a second, and then you just hear the sound of like bodies hitting the ground, and you just see the one big body fall over. And like the way that you guys came is pretty much blocked off by this thing now. You'd have to climb over it or over the corpses to get back to the way that you were.
Rakar's scurrying away from this thing. Please tell me that is the only one here.
Well, that depends. Is that light still shining down the stairs there?
Yep.
Might not be the only one.
Rakar grips onto his necklace. He's like, "I'm gonna need some more of your energy." And he pulls this spirit out of the amulet. It like envelops his body, then gets sucked back into it. And do I need to target myself for this?
I don't know, but I will do it to be safe. Oh, you can't starve your own soul, dude. You'd have to summon the creature and starve its soul.
So that's up.
Yep, so you see him touch his necklace and grab onto it, and as he does, you see this green mist swirl about, and as it swirls, it reveals this corpse-like, wraith-looking creature.
And now can I do that?
No, I got you. And so as this thing pops up, he immediately like reaches out like he's pulling something back, and you see the energy go back into the crystal, and you see this thing just like wither up into like ash that crumbles to the ground, and you see the green energy rush all over Rakar, healing him for 28 damage.
Right. All right. VarDrok just kind of shakes his head. And he's gonna grab one of these bug corpses, and he's gonna try and peek around the corner at the light and see if he sees anything.
As you turn the corner, you just see that there's a large stone staircase that goes up about 15 feet, and then you can see that there's a huge vaulted ceiling above you.
He's gonna just give it a 1 and a 2, and he's gonna try and toss the corpse up the stairs to see if anything happens.
Go ahead and throw that.
Okay. What,
And
strength
then
or
yep,
athletics?
go, athletics, yeah.
All right.
God damn. So, wow, that was a percentile die I just rolled, by the way. As you do that, you hear the sound of something very large rustling about.
Coming from up there.
Coming from up there.
Okay, and the little bug corpse, did it like go all the way to the top?
Oh yeah, I made it all the way up to the top.
Okay. He's gonna stand down at the bottom of the stairs, and he's just gonna start slamming his hammer against his shield, waiting to see if he sees anything coming.
You see a large shadow that's cast, but you can't make out what it is.
Well, whatever it is isn't coming down here.
Does anyone need any kind of healing before we go up?
Yeah, check everyone.
I think Basu does. Oh, wait.
Do what you can.
Wow.
Too soon. Yeah, do what you can before we go and find out whatever that is.
How many slots do I got?
Do you have a heal that takes some time?
No, nothing like that. Well, I did, but kind of wasted my energy to do that. Well, for now, I guess we're good.
All right. Well, there's blue light from up there. We don't have a choice here. Might just have to march up the stairs and see what happens.
I don't know that I like that.
We can actually see like where the stairs lead off to, like a flat area above us.
So you can see the stairs go up about 15 feet, and then above you can see that there is a large, like, cathedral-style ceiling. Like, the room is much taller than every other room you've been in.
So, this thing just died. I would think Ravage is still raging. So,
As long as it hasn't been a minute. Is that what it is? Oh, no, it's only 12 seconds.
I think it's a minute. Hold on, let me check.
Isn't it if he doesn't fight anything within 2 rounds?
Yeah, it's a minute, and then if if a round goes by and he hasn't fought anything.
It's been way longer than 6 or 12 seconds, though.
Okay. Oh, he is. He's still going to come over as he sees this thing moving about up the stairs. He's going to charge up the stairs.
He's not raging, by the way.
He's not raging.
Okay. Is he just running right in?
He's running right up to see what this is so he can fight it.
All right. As he runs up the stairs,
God.
Fuck.
he sees a giant 3-headed pharaoh hound with piercing blue eyes, still sort of swollen from sleep as if it was just woken up. And around its neck, it has this giant chain, and hanging from it is the blue crystal that VarDrok would know as the phylactery.
I want this dog.
And
This dog.
the dog looks at Ravage with all 3 heads, and it lets out this howl. And that's where we're going to end it at for the night.
Well, we found it. But we lost 2 party members.
And Ravage is up there by himself, not raging.
Oh, he's as soon as this thing yells at him, his response is to yell back as he goes back into rage.
But with that being said, tonight was adventurous. A lot of stuff happened. You guys have made it to the final room of this giant labyrinth of a mage queen's phylactery keep. Yeah. So I'm gonna thank Gamer Checks for the raid, Midwinter Dream for the Prime, Subby, Miraclaw for the host and follow, Allie, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate you guys, man. We did good. So we hit like up there. We hit like 6 out of 5 community events. 70% of the way of the daily goal for stream loops. So we almost gave away a free pack there. And we're up to 6 of 25 points. So we're still a little ways to go. But if we get 19 more points before the end of the month, then we unlock a new emote slot. And it doesn't matter, like, if we only have one sub the following month, that slot stays unlocked forever. So that's the thing. But yeah, so thank you guys. I appreciate you all hanging out here. I had fun tonight. There was some fun shit. I think that we're gonna call the episode VarDrok Science.
Allie liked my calling VarDrok handsome idiot and thought that would also be a good title.
Well, no, I said that in chat.
You did? I thought it was Allie.
I think handsome idiot's another good one, but I think VarDrok Science took up more of the episode.
Fair.
And was said about 80 times.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
So I think we're gonna go with VarDrok Science for tonight's episode. So I guess the only thing left to do is Ascension Stories here? Or are they on? Are they away? They're not away. All right, we need to go hit these guys before they run away because they always manage to do that. So with that being said, if you want to stick around for more D&D action, Ascension Stories is awesome. They have a great story. They're entertaining, engaging, and they have a decent setup. So so there's that. If not, we'll be back next week. Hopefully all of us, maybe all of us. Looking at Sin.
Nope.
Maybe all of us. Is Sin not here for sure next week?
Next week's the 18th, right?
Yep.
Yep. Nope.
So not all of us? Okay. No. Most of us will be here. And I hope you will too. Thanks, Allie. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Rating out. Good night.